Here we might have what is the Note 3's closest competitor. It's Joshua Vergara from Android Authority. What's going on, everybody? And this is a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 3 and the LG Optimus G Pro. We're dealing with very similar form factors here in this sub 5.5-inch game. With the Optimus G Pro, we have the 5.5-inch screen with a general look and feel similar to the Note 2, with its glossy plastic and removable back cover. There is no S Pen equivalent in the G Pro, however, so it is closer to a general smartphone than what the Note line offers. In the case of the Note 3, a thinner bezel all around the screen lends to a slightly larger 5.7-inch screen, but it is lighter, thinner, and narrower in size all around than the G Pro. Samsung wanted to start changing the game up by doing away with the glossy plastic and employing textured plastic that is honestly much better in look and feel. The G Pro might be a little slippery due to its plastic and it's fingerprint prone, all of which the textured plastic fixes on the Note 3. These phones are quite similar, but the real differentiator here is the S Pen. If a stylus experience is what you want, the choice is actually pretty simple here. The displays take on the typical LG versus Samsung battle of IPS versus Super AMOLED. Both phone screens are capable of 1080p resolution and provide very good performance for people who want a great media experience through a larger display. While the high saturation brings very vibrant colors to the Note 3, the Optimus G Pro screen is no slouch, and the IPS type brings great brightness. When it comes to performance, it's a matter of which phone came out later. The Optimus G Pro has been out for a little while now, but was one of the first phones to sport the Snapdragon 600, clocked in at 1.7 GHz. It's a very fast processor that complements the Optimus UI quite well, lending to a lot of multitasking with the Q apps and functions. The Note 3 gets the updated Snapdragon 800, clocked in at 2.3 GHz, and gets the updated Adreno 330. Its performance in our initial testing was very good, remaining snappy and very smooth. A bump up to 3 GB of RAM helps the Note 3 achieve even more multitasking when you consider the new S Pen functionalities. In cameras, the G Pro camera is slightly dated, especially when considering that the LG G2 has an updated and more full-featured application. Dual recording was a first in the G Pro, but a number of functions that the Note 3 is capable of help put it over the top. Much of the Note 3's capabilities in the camera were originally found in the S4, so its quality is expected to be quite good. The G Pro is capable of good photos as well, it just doesn't have as many creative modes. Finally, in software, it's all about multitasking. The G Pro helped bolster the trend of the Q apps and functions, all of which add various functionalities like multi-windows and small apps on top of what is already being done. A Q button in the top left corner allows for easier access to a specific function, including quick memos. Similar functionality is available in the Note 3, and all are centered around the S Pen, whose new Air Command menu grants easy access to these functions. Action memos and pen windows and S searches are all available at the tip of the pen. Ultimately, it comes down to the S Pen and if that appeals more to you, as the TouchWiz and Optimus UIs are pretty much capable of very similar functions. And so, there you have it. These two are definitely closer in comparison, not just in size, but in functions. If anything, the Optimus G Pro is due for an update since the G2 has just been released, so it's exciting to see what LG can do to blast back at the Note 3. Until then, stay tuned to Android Authority for all of the best coverage of the Note 3 and of IFA in Berlin.